Thank you very much. It is now time for the next speaker to be here, an apostle of the innovative leadership of Mr. President, former two-time governor of Ebonyi State, former deputy governor, former deputy majority leader of the 10th Senate, His Excellency Senator David NWEZE UMAHI. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, the former governor of Niger State, my big brother, Right Honourable Muhammad Umaru, expander of territories, great transformer, strategic transformer, and curator of opportunities, Bago. That's what I was saying. Your Excellency, I bring greetings from our father, the father of the nation, and a special father to you, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He has asked me to visit you alongside with our leaders and headmasters, our supervisors, the National Assembly, senators and House of Rep, who are in charge of Ministry of Works oversight functions. Your Excellency, you are a great man, a man of great humility. Within 16 months, we've seen what you have done. We've seen the same spirit of courage, selflessness, and love for the people that you saw in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you're replicating exactly the same thing here in Niger State. You've taken over some federal roads. You are not saying these are federal roads. You are saying these roads are for the people of Niger State and for the people of Nigeria. And they are doing it. Your agriculture program, no wonder our father, your father, the president visited here on agri program, and also to see the great urban renewal on our roads, hospitals, schools, and a lot of innovations that you are bringing to bear in Niger State. I am very proud of you. I am very proud of you. Very proud of you. And despite all this, you're a man of great idea and humility. Look at the housing programs you're doing. And each time you say the Niger people, you don't even say I. What a humble governor. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Our regret is that our stay is very brief, because the hospitality you've given to us and the organization we are seeing here, we have never witnessed it anywhere, not even in my state. We are very grateful. We are very grateful. The first son of the president is the first son of the president. You have shown it. You've shown it. And let me confess, sir, that your Minister of State for Agriculture, the wife and my wife, are very bonded sisters. Very bonded sisters. So I'm very, very happy to be here on the order of Mr. President. On the other hand, to see you, my brother, we saw last in Kwara State. And again, my good friend and brother, the Minister of State, Abdullahi Senator. Thank you very much. I've seen the clips of the federal roads in Niger State. I was very happy to see it, and I want Nigerians to see that this is just a tip of the iceberg of the inherited projects of Mr. President. These are exactly the kinds of projects. We have worse situation than this in some states. Mr. President inherited 2,604 projects as at May 29, 2023, totaling 13 trillions as at that time, and certified projects of debt to contractors was about 1.6 trillions, the debt. Today, when we review those projects by the reason of realities on ground, those projects are a total of over 19 trillions. But Mr. President has not abandoned any of the projects. He has not. He has listed all of them in 2024 appropriation. We are doing the projects. In 2025 appropriation, what Mr. President has directed is that he's going to continue these projects, but he's going to engage them. He's going to be selecting between 6 and 8 major projects within the economic corridor of this country, and he will be willing to finish them first, between 6 to 8 projects per zone, per 6 zones of the Federation. And we are begging the National Assembly, if you give us 10 billion per this project, it will not do anything. If you give us 20 billion per this project, it will not do anything. You have to give us a minimum of 50 billion per this project. And that alone will be about 4 trillions. When you give it to us, that should be for a budget of 1 year, but you will concentrate oversighting us. And I promise that in 9 months, we are committed to completing this project within the limit of this funding. Yes, I've heard about bridges. We are working on Murtala Mohammed Bridge, the repairs in Kogi State. We are working in Tom-Melam Bridge. The professor mentioned it. We are working Eko Bridge and so many other bridges, Buruku Bridge in Benue State. Some of the bridges we are maintaining are in a very serious danger. You may observe what is happening on the deck, but you don't know what is happening within the piles, within the water. And that's why we are seeking about 400 billion to continue the bridges that are in construction and to rehabilitate and maintain these bridges. If any of the bridges goes down, the Murtala Mohammed in Kogi, or the Tom-Melam Bridge, or the Kata Bridge, none of them will take anything less than 5 trillions to reconstruct. And so the National Assembly is invited to note this and to please do something seriously in 2025 budget. Mr. President inherited over 46 tax credit of an MPC. 27% of those projects are in Niger State. They are in Niger State. We have not abandoned them, but we are going to review them. We will review them, and for this reason we are calling on all the contractors of federal roads in Niger State Federal Roads and Bridges to come and do a meeting with us on Friday, this coming Friday. And we will ask His Excellency to send senior government officials of Niger to come and give us opinions of what you want. And we want National Assembly members from Niger State to please attend the meeting. We are going to do that. But note that for these projects to continue, we will in 2025 need additional funding of about $1 trillion. That will be about 20 billion, per each of these projects. And that is the only thing that can keep the projects going, because the little funding of an NPC is going to terminate in early 2025. And if you don't appropriate for this project, it means that it will not receive the attention of Mr. President. I want you to know, so that when you do your motions, just know that wants to stop at a section to ask, where do we start counting this 84%? And they could not tell us. So nothing was done. And we're going to take decisive action on that road. There is no way. We can't allow a project to be as old as 14 years and the contractor is receiving annual budget. It was Trump that said that he doesn't envy Zelensky. That is a very lucky man, that every time he comes to America and he goes back with $6 billion, he says he's a lucky chap. So I don't envy Salini. Every budget he comes and he receives money and he goes back and nothing goes on. But that will stop. That will stop. I want to say to the National Assembly members that we inherited the PIDF project. We have the Lagos-Ibadan project. We are completing the last section of phase 1. But we have the 2 sections that we make a complete package as inherited. And we have the second Niger bridge. The bridge was completed, but we have section 2A and 2B, and that is what we make that bridge to be operational. And then we have the Abuja-Kano road inherited, our PIDF project. Under Renew Hope agenda, funding, this project in 2025, we need a minimum of 1 trillion, for us to engage constructively. And let me say a little on Abuja-Kano road. The first section of it is in BPP to be awarded. And that is the first 80 kilometers that is covering the section of Abuja and Niger State. And it's going to be done on concrete. What you see in Lagos, the coastal highway, Oworo, Shoki, Apapa Road, that is what you are going to see in that section. And the president has extended the Kano section to include the Aminu Kano International Airport. If you see that road now, it's an eyesore. So the president wants that route, 17 kilometers, he wants it extended by another 10.6 kilometers to Aminu Kano International. So we continue and complete that on asphalt. And so you also have the section 2, which is the section that we've been battling with Julius Berger. And people that do not know, they may not know that we've been negotiating with Julius Berger for 14 months. And people are suffering. But we are committed. We have gotten contractor who is doing palliative so that we not see any pothole while we do the proper procurement. So we are redesigning on the order of the president that section 2, which is 164 kilometers. We are redesigning it on concrete, and we are going to advertise for bidders to bid. And so Julius Berger has the opportunity to bid, because we as a ministry, we cannot give them the amount they are looking for. We agreed before for 710, we increased to 740, and the Federal Executive Council approved. And they came back and said they want 903 billion. We can't continue to be shifting the goalpost at the middle of the game. And there is no going back in redesigning that project on concrete. Because even if you look at the project carefully, you see that there are some failures on the section completed, you see a brand new patch of asphalt on the carriageway. The projects under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is guaranteed on concrete pavement between 50 and 100 years. That is what he has brought for Nigeria. Can you put your hands together for our president, please? So I want Nigerians and the National Assembly to support Mr. President to borrow money to do these projects. When he borrows money to do this project by your support, there is huge return on investment. The roads will be told. We have economic corridors along the way. We're going to acquire some land, build factories, build relief stations, build housing estates, and that is the only way we will recover the borrowed money. So it is complete investment. So we must support the president to borrow money courageously to do this road. We cannot engage this road by mere appropriation. There must be special funding to tackle this road. These are inherited projects. And that brings me to the 4 legacy projects of the president. The Lagos-Calabar, which is 700 kilometers. We are doing section 1, 47.47 kilometers. We are doing section 2, which is 103 kilometers. And each carriageway is 3 lanes. It has solar lights, it has train track, it has CCTV, and the response time along this corridor is just 5 minutes, which means that at the relief stations, we have cameras, we are watching what is going on the road. Section 1 has advanced tremendously. Section 2 is also advancing. We have gone to discuss section 3A and 3B in Cross River and Akwa Ibom, and the procurement is ongoing. We have also discussed section 5 in Ondo State, and design is ongoing. And so the second one is 1068, which is, this section was a dream by the Shagari administration 48 years back. And no other president attempted to do this project. Only President Bola Asiwaju Ahmed. Can we put our hands together for him? He's a man of rare courage. We have flagged off construction of 120 kilometers on Sokoto axis. We have flagged off 258 kilometers on KB axis. Let me tell you, what Shagari administration dreamt was Badagry, Sokoto. It was only a detribalized president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that changed it to start from Sokoto to Badagry. Can we put our hands together for him? Thank you. Now, thank you. Now, we are here to flag off this section 125. And I'm happy that the governor is very happy with the chosen corridor. We have over 68 dams on this corridor. We have a lot of farmlands on this corridor. We have a lot of factories we are going to be developing, a lot of irrigation, wind energy within these corridors of Sokoto-Badagry. There are a lot of economic advantages. I continue to tell people that the President for Legacy project is not just a road. It is investment and the roads. Investment is in the sense that we have a lot of return on investment. Roads in the sense that these roads will be connecting to the existing roads that the President is building. We have the Trans-Hara. That one is passing from southeast is to Benue State. From Benue State is going to Kogi State, is going to Nasarawa, is going to Abuja. And any moment we have FEC, I am sure that Federal Executive Council is going to approve the construction of that road. We award the road. Unfortunately, when I went through the bidding process, High Tech did not bid. And the people of Southeast are asking, why is it that in their own, with all this equipment of High Tech, with their professional, excellence, why is it that they are not bidding? When I was speaking with the governor, he will say it by himself. He said to me, revoke the Suleja Mina Road and give it to High Tech. Don't give any other company the road Abuja to Kano. I said, Governor, you are the first son of the president. You can say to the president, but we will follow due process. We follow due process. So, the Akwanga Jos Bauchi Gombe is the fourth legacy project. What a fair president. What a detribalized president. What a loving president. Put our hands together for Mr. President. You know, I saw social media when a woman said that, he's disappointed with all that Dave Umahi did in Ebonyi State. He's already campaigning for the president in 2027. It's actually, I'm saying the good works of the president. It's actually the PDP people and Labour that are campaigning for the president. They asked me, how long will this project take to finish? I say between 6 and 7 years. If that means campaigning for the president, yes. If other president did not have the courage to do it, the man that has the courage to do it is the only man that can finish the project. Put your hands together for our president. So, if that means second tenure, well, you have said it. But when the time comes, I will campaign very well throughout the entire country so that the good works that God called the president to do, he will find time to finish it. So we need as Nigerians, we need as Niger people to pray for the president so that God will strengthen him, give him health, give him courage, give him peace, and find money for him to complete this project that he has started. And I'm very confident that the president will do it. Governor, it was before you in Kwara State that Mpigi flagged off campaign for Mpigi, that's the senator of PDP, and the chairman of Works, Senate Committee chairman of Works. He was the one who flagged off this thing, as opposition. And that makes a lot of sense. Mpigi is a very honest and courageous senator. And so if he flagged it off, and in Lagos, it was Senator Osita that also flagged off on behalf of Labour. So who am I but to support all these flags off by telling the country what Mr. President is doing? And I tell you something. You see, the foreign reserve has climbed to 4 billion plus, 40 billion plus. The GDP is growing by 3.6%. You see, the petroleum consumption in the country is coming down. The fuel price is coming down. The agriculture, let every state do what the common and strategic transformer of Niger State is doing, the governor. And nobody will talk about hunger again. The food we ate here yesterday was the produce of the schools, secondary schools. I was amazed. So let us all get engaged, and then nobody will talk about hunger again, because we have to feed ourselves first. And so I want to thank His Excellency the Governor. In Niger State, there are 2 roads that the President inherited and is moving on well. So I need to report this to the Governor. We have the Bida Lambata. Somebody said we should go through that road. And so he wants to keep me on that road for 48 hours. I will dodge it. But I'm told that 80 kilometers has been done. We are going to send our specialists to go and look at it and see what the progress made and review it. We have Jeba Mokwa Road, 42 kilometers by 2. That's 84 kilometers. The president has completed about 30 kilometers. That is 60 kilometers. And so we are very happy, and it's being done by CGC. When we meet on Friday, we will review this project. And like my PAM secretary said, and our headmaster, the House of Rep Committee on Work said, we are going to be engaging external consultants to supervise some of these critical projects. The governor of Niger State is doing it. We are going to also do it. And so we will not depend on the workers of Ministry of Works alone. We will deploy consultants to these strategic projects to supervise and give us report directly under stringent conditions, including swearing, oath of affidavits, so that if there is any compromise, then they know what will happen if they lie under oath. So let me answer some of the questions. Engineer Abu is asking the reason for choice of concrete pavement. When we started this concrete pavement program, I have always been telling people that it was the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that first started it in Lagos when he was governor. Not me, I'm just copying him. And you can see the interlocking concrete ties in places like Lekki, in VI, in other locations that have a high water table. And so we are continuing from where he stopped. When you see the Apapa Oworonshoki, that project has been there in the past 30 years and had defied all sorts of asphalt work. But the moment we use concrete to do the project, you have even static loads, over 1,000 trucks of loads on that road, and you cannot see any crack. And it is not a hidden fact that there is no road done on asphalt in this country that lasts up to 15 years. The President Legacy Project is giving a lifespan of between 50 and 100 years. 50 is when you can notice a hair crack. 100 years is when you can reconstruct. I'm not sure that any of us here will meet that time where you start the reconstruction. But the president is laying a very sustainable future for this country. And that is what God has brought him to do. So the choice of it is that it's cheaper. It will help in our local content. It will reduce the importation and the reduce pressure on the Naira. And it has a longer lifespan. All the materials are locally sourced. So many advantages. Alhaji Useni the representing 22 communities where the legacy project is passing through is pledging that they will give support. We appreciate that. And the deputy speaker, the governor is already the son of the president. So when that was midwifed, I was not there. So I just have to say, aye. The chairman of ADP, thank you very much for your comments. Like you asked him, when will this project be completed? As of today, between 6 and 7 years. And he that has started the good works in Nigeria, God will empower him to finish it. No be so? Former minister, thank you for your commendation. The Suleja Diko Mina Road, we are going to review it. By the reason of a fraction of time, I'm sure that when we review it, we will take over that project and we're going to give it life. We're going to give it life, and we're going to, make the governor and Niger State people to be very happy. The 313, we heard you very loud and clear. But you are the chairman of Senate Committee, chairman of Finance. We need money. We need money. Give us money. Support the president, and we will do all that you want us to do. Governor, I thank you very much for taking part of that route under CCCC. CCCC, very good company. You've made a very good choice. Very good choice. And we've seen what you have started doing. We've seen rocks and rocks you are breaking. We've seen the road. We've seen the sections you finished. And we have come to see the urban renewal. Indeed, that is something we emulate. And we are working in the same spirit because our new project has 3 lanes. And we're already doing 3 lanes per carriageway. Thank you. Your projects are like the legacy project of your father, the president. 6 lanes, 2 carriageways. Thank you very much. Nothing more to say. I can talk and talk. But Nigerians should be patient with the president. Nigerians should pray for the president. Niger people should pray for the president. You have more roads than any other state in this country. And a man that can do it, a man that dreamed 25 years ago of Lagos, Calabar, is the man that God has given the chance to do the job. A man that has the courage to fulfill a dream of the late President Shagari administration 48 years back is a man that God has called to do it. A man that has called to fulfill the colonial masters Trans-Sahara trade route from Calabar to Ebonyi, to Kogi State, to Nasarawa, to Abuja, is a man that God has called to fulfill that dream. And the Abuja, Akwanga, Jos, Bauchi, Gombe, what a president, what a divine calling. Ladies and gentlemen, can we all be uprising and put our hands together for Mr. President?
Please, can we put our hands together for the Honourable Minister? Thank you.